What if I told you that everything you think you know about reality is an illusion? I mean, what if the life you're living, the opportunities that come your way, even the challenges you face, what if none of it is random?
So let's just dive right in and ask the big question. Is your reality an illusion? Now, this isn't just some late-night philosophical debate. We're about to explore a pretty radical idea, that the events in your life aren't just happening to you, but are actually projections from your own consciousness.
And believe me, this isn't some new age fad. For centuries, this one powerful truth has been intentionally, deliberately hidden, suppressed by those in power. And you have to ask, why? Well, because they understood something really simple. If you can control your own reality, then nobody can control you. So in this first part, we're going to pull back the curtain on this suppressed universal secret. We'll look at exactly what it is and how it gives you the power to become, well, impossible to control.
It all boils down to this. Your mind controls everything. The world you see, the world you experience, is a direct reflection of what's going on inside your head. And this goes so much deeper than just positive thinking. This is a fundamental law of the universe, and we're about to break down exactly how it all works.
To really get this, though, we need to take a little trip back in time. You'll see that this secret has actually been echoing through ancient wisdom for thousands of years. You see, this knowledge has been hiding in plain sight the whole time. In ancient Egypt, the Hermetic teachings declared that the universe is mental. Over in ancient Greece, Plato talked about his theory of forms, suggesting our physical world is just a shadow of a perfect mental ideal. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, and you've got Gnostics and alchemists basing their entire philosophies on inner transformation to change the outer world. And then, during the Renaissance, you had thinkers like Giordano Bruno, who were literally condemned, some even executed, for daring to say that the human mind had divine power to shape the universe. Now that is a very, very dangerous idea for anyone who wants to hold on to power. This quote from the alchemist Paracelsus just hits the nail on the head. For these ancient thinkers, this wasn't some poetic metaphor. Nope, this was a literal, functional description of how reality works. The world you see outside, it's just a mirror, a perfect mirror of what's happening inside of you. So why? Why was this amazing wisdom suppressed for so long? Well, let me ask you, if you fully believe and know that you can create your own reality, who has any power over you? Exactly. This knowledge was, and it still is, a direct threat to any system that relies on controlling people. Okay, so now let's jump forward thousands of years. Because this is where this ancient, mystical idea finds a shocking and incredibly powerful ally in the strange, mind-bending world of quantum physics. Just look at these parallels for a second. It's uncanny. The ancient mystics said the universe is a field of mental energy. Modern physics says matter is just condensed energy. Okay, interesting. But the most mind-blowing connection is this one. Ancient wisdom has always claimed that consciousness is the creator of the world, and now quantum physics has literally demonstrated that the simple act of observing something fundamentally changes physical reality. This was proven by the famous double-slit experiment. So picture this. Scientists are firing tiny little particles at a screen with two slits in it. When no one was looking, the particles acted like these chaotic waves just spreading out everywhere. But, and here's the crazy part, the second they were observed, they instantly snapped into place and acted like solid, predictable little bits of matter going through one slit or the other. This just shatters that old idea of a fixed, material universe. It tells us that reality is really just a field of pure potential, waiting for a conscious observer. That's you, to tell it what to be. Okay, so if our consciousness can collapse potential into actual reality, that leads to the biggest question of all, right? How? How does it actually work? Let's break down the mechanics of creation. The absolute key to understanding all of this is something called the law of vibration. Here's the deal. Everything in the universe, from a giant star to a tiny pebble to a single thought you have, is all just energy vibrating at a specific frequency. So think of your thoughts kind of like a radio transmitter, constantly broadcasting a signal out into the universe, whether you realize you're doing it or not. So how does that broadcast become your real physical life? Well, it's actually a pretty straightforward process. It all starts with a thought, right? That thought sends out its own unique vibration. That vibration then acts like a powerful magnet, and it starts attracting circumstances and energies that are on the same frequency. Over time, that consistent attraction, well, that leads to manifestation. It's exactly like tuning your personal radio to a specific station. You can only hear and experience the reality that matches the frequency you're broadcasting. It all comes back to that perfect, ancient, hermetic saying, as within, so without. The state of your inner world, your dominant thoughts, your core beliefs, your most common feelings. It isn't separate from your outer world. It's the cause of it. It's the blueprint.
Now, knowing the theory is one thing, but actually using it, that's where the real power is. So how do you do this? Let's get into the practical, hands-on tools you can start using today to consciously create your reality.
So here it is. This is your toolkit for creation. And these are not just feel-good exercises, okay? These are powerful techniques for intentionally tuning your frequency. You use visualization to literally feel your desired reality as if it's already here. You use affirmations to reprogram your subconscious mind. You practice gratitude to immediately raise your vibration. And you set clear, specific intentions so the universe knows exactly what frequency to match. And this part is absolutely essential. This is not a passive process. You can't just sit on the couch and think your way to a new life. Your thoughts, they're the initial spark. Your intention, that gives the spark a direction to go. But it is your action, taking real steps in the physical world, that provides the fuel that ignites the entire fire of creation. If you only remember one thing from all of this, let it be this simple but incredibly profound idea. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are the architect. You are the conscious creator of your own experience.
You know, this knowledge was once kept secret, locked away. But now, it's yours. It's the master key that unlocks a reality of your own choosing. So the only question left that really matters is this. Now that you have the key, what reality are you going to create?